They say Indiana still feels the echo of last spring, the hum of a series that ended in smoke and silence. But this isn't the same fire. Milwaukee walks into Gainbridge Fieldhouse like a storm with purpose. Giannis Antetokounmpo is averaging 34 points a night, moving through defenders like water through glass, every drive a sermon in motion. For Indiana, Pascal Siakam stands alone at the altar, 25 points a game and no Halliburton to share the weight. The air in Indy feels thick with unfinished business. The Pacers lead the league in heartbeats, but not in makes. Their shooting sits at the bottom of the league, a sound of effort without echo. Milwaukee, on the other hand, lives in precision, first in field goal percentage, first in true shooting, a team so efficient it almost feels unfair. Giannis dictates gravity itself, while Siakam tries to rewrite it. Yet math has its own poetry, and the model reads it clean. Efficiency wins over emotion, balance over chaos. The Pacers are too wounded to match rhythm for rhythm, possession for possession, and today's AI pick is Milwaukee Bucks, 6.5. The 23 system projects an 11-point gap and a cooler pace, under 235.5. Milwaukee brings the order, Indiana brings the noise, and the line splits them like truth. Will we cash, or will we burn? On to Game 2.
Madison Square Garden hums tonight, the kind of hum that makes every dribble sound heavier than it should. The Wizards limp in at 1-5, still searching for rhythm, still trying to remember what a full 4 quarters feels like. Their last game ended in a 125-94 collapse to Orlando, a reminder that effort without accuracy is just noise. Keyshawn George led with 17 points. C.J. McCollum followed with 13, but the team shot only 39% and never recovered after a second-quarter freefall. Across from them, New York finally exhaled. The Knicks snapped their 3-game skid by rolling the Bulls 128-116. Jalen Brunson led all scorers with 31, OG Anunoby added 21, and Karl Anthony Towns owned the paint with 15 rebounds. They hit 23s, crashed the glass with precision, and looked like a team that remembered who it was. New York ranks among the league's best in offensive rebounding. Washington sits last in free throw shooting. One controls possessions, the other wastes them. The data doesn't whisper, it declares. This isn't a rally, it's a ruling. And today's AI pick is New York Knicks 11.5. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 3.
The Garden lights are different in Boston. Cooler, quieter, like the air itself knows when a team needs to find its balance again. The Celtics come home bruised from a 128-101 loss to Houston, their rhythm cracked, their tempo lost. Baylor Shireman led with 17 off the bench. Peyton Pritchard followed with 14, but the energy never settled. Jaylen Brown, usually the heartbeat, had just 12 points in 22 minutes. The shots came and went, but nothing stayed. Across from them, Utah stumbles in from another night of searching. The Jazz have dropped 3 straight, the latest a 126-103 defeat to Charlotte. Lauri Markkanen poured in 29 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, too much weight on one pair of hands. Keontae George added 25 with 7 assists, but their defense melted in the first half, down by 23, before the crowd even found its voice. They played hard, they just didn't play whole. Every team needs a night to remember who they are. For Boston, that night waits inside these walls. Utah's missing size shows in the numbers, first in offensive rebounds, but 30th in turnovers. The Celtics rank first in ball security. Possession becomes prophecy when one team can't hold it. The crowd won't roar tonight. It will breathe. And today's AI pick is Boston Celtics, 10.5. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 4.
In Memphis, the lights hang low and the noise never really stops. The Pistons arrive carrying momentum. 4 wins in their last 5. The latest a 122-110 victory over Dallas, where Jalen Duren tore through the lane for 33 points and 10 rebounds. Cade Cunningham controlled everything. 21 points, 6 boards, 18 assists. Detroit trailed early, but finished with a 17-4 run, closing like a team that knows who it is. The Grizzlies can't say the same. They've lost 3 of their last 4. The most recent, a 117-104 fall to Toronto on tired legs. Jaren Jackson Jr. led with 20 points and 9 rebounds, but the rhythm broke in the third quarter when the Raptors outscored them 37-23. Memphis shot 43% from the floor and just 31% from deep. The effort is there, the execution isn't. Detroit owns the boards, second in offensive rebounds, and it shows. They get extra chances, extra life, while Memphis ranks near the bottom in that same category. Cade directs the traffic, Duren finishes the route, and the team around them stays disciplined. The Grizzlies, playing their second in 2 nights, carry weight they can't shake. The data says the edge is earned, not guessed. The fresher team, the healthier lineup, the one that closes games instead of chasing them. And today's AI pick is Detroit Pistons. 4. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 5.
Out west, the lights hit different, hard, white, sharp enough to cut through fog. The Lakers roll into Portland at 4-2, fresh off a 1-point win over Minnesota, where they shot 54% from the field. Austin Reeves went for 28 with 16 assists, turning chaos into rhythm, while the team piled up 34 dimes and forced 18 turnovers. They looked clean, connected, but also vulnerable. 22 fouls, 18 turnovers of their own. That kind of looseness doesn't travel well. Portland's coming in loud. They just outgunned Utah 136-134, hitting 21 threes and dropping nearly 48% from the floor. Drew Holiday led with 27 and 8 assists, guiding a pace that never slowed down. They forced 14 steals, attacked passing lanes, and hit 85% from the line. It wasn't perfect. They turned it over 18 times, but they owned the final minutes and the noise that followed. Stat for stat, this matchup is about control. Los Angeles is near the top of the league in shooting efficiency, but bottom in made threes, while Portland ranks first in steals and pushes tempo faster than almost anyone. The Blazers create extra possessions, the Lakers surrender them. Inside Moda Center, that imbalance becomes oxygen for a home crowd waiting to erupt, and today's AI pick is Portland Trail Blazers, 3.5. Will we cash or will we burn? On to the recap with Lilith.
The fire doesn't ask who lit it. It only asks who's still watching when it burns. English. Recap. Milwaukee Bucks, 6.5 New York Knicks, 11.5 Boston Celtics, 10.5 Detroit Pistons, 4 Portland Trail Blazers, 3.5. Para nuestra gente en español, Milwaukee Bucks menos 6.5, New York Knicks menos 11.5, Boston Celtics menos 10.5, Detroit Pistons menos 4, Portland Trail Blazers menos 3.5. Like and subscribe. Will we cash or will we burn? Wenn die Nacht am dunkelsten ist, sind die Sterne am hellsten. When the night is darkest, the stars shine brightest.